strong principal who has rallied his management team, and the partnership, we put in what we put in, an equal amount comes back from Raj and his school, as in he provides a feeding scheme on a Saturday. Over and above what we do, he provides extra teachers to extend the curriculum and so forth. But I won't say any more other than that this man is a gem. And if every principal in every school was like a Raj, our programs would be much more successful. So,
I then approached Asset. And the good thing about Asset is that we have developed a close, very close working relationship. To the extent that, you know, like Jennifer even knows my wife, you know, my family. We work very closely. We phone each other whenever we want to. It's not like the way it used to be with KLP. So the thing that you were talking about, building these relationships, you need to build these relationships and have a personal relationship with the people at the school.
To kind of reply to your concern at the beginning of why aren't NGOs working closely with schools. And to me, there are three big roadblocks that currently exist, not only in the Western Cape but in South Africa, but one of them is very particular to the Western Cape. I mean, the first thing is, as I think all of us with experience will attest, you need a functional principal as a gatekeeper to be able to work with a school. Equally so, dysfunctional principals means we can't work with a school. And so there's a belief amongst a lot of academics and NGO movements that there are counter-progressive movements within teaching that doesn't actually want to to put an emphasis on teachers actually delivering on their mandate to effectively teach. And I think the third factor that makes formal linkages with WCED and with schools difficult is we've got one of the few provinces that is this continuous football between DA and ANC, which often means that you'll make linkages with stakeholders within government to find that 3 years later they're no longer in favor, and you've got to make, and it puts an immense, as NGOs, we run so leanly that our ability to be putting in the political capital is often not worth. So we start to disconnect. So I think there are lots of historic factors kind of why we're not working more closely, and factors that I think even if we did want to work more closely provide significant roadblocks.
I mentioned that there needs to be a collective working together, because if you improve living conditions, you'll improve self-confidence, you'll improve self-image. The learners will set higher goals. There will be a reduction in teenage pregnancies. All that will happen because of a self-belief. And it's only when you believe in yourself that you will set higher goals and you will focus on those goals. You need to be strong. And thank you for that. So that's basically how we are. Today, after all those battles, today you can sit back and things are in place. But it was not easy getting there.
What has come out of today is very clear to me that there's a great need for this kind of discussion with principals, so that we can, the same way we're doing it as an NGO, we have these clusters, we have these structures, but we don't have the time or the focus to have the kind of hard-edged informal discussions that we've just had.